welcome to another video. I don't know, do you like the new setup? I spent more than 30 minutes trying to get the coloring and everything right, so I don't know, just please leave comments below and tell me if this is good or if I should just go back to the normal one. But I don't know, just let me know how it goes. So in today's video I want to talk about why does eFootball run on some phones and why does it run on other phones, because it's a problem that I have seen many people have been complaining to me personally, on my channels, on the blog, on other social groups, Reddit, Facebook. Like, everybody wants to know why is it that some phones run eFootball and some do not. Now, it's not even about the fact that some phones do not run eFootball, it's the fact that Konami puts a set of minimum requirements, right? These are like the minimum requirements. What are the minimum requirements again? Off the top of my head, 2 gigs of RAM, at least Android version 8.0, 1.5 gigahertz, and 3.3 gigs of space. I think those are the minimum requirements. They should be on the screen by now. But a lot of people have met these so-called requirements, but the game doesn't work on their phone. It's not compatible at all. So what's the big deal here? Now, this is the issue. This is where smartphone education is important, because I have been trying for years now to let people know, everybody, gamers, photographers, people who make skits, in fact, so long as you're doing anything out of your phone, you need smartphone education. And in the center of this whole mess is the SoC, and that is the part that nearly everybody seems to be overlooking, because people have come to me and they're like, Jeff, come on, the game says 2 gig RAM, my phone's 2 gig RAM, for God's sake. Somebody came and said my phone is 3 gig RAM. What does my phone require? My phone runs at 1.8, 1.9, 2.0 gigahertz. Why is my phone unable to run this game? It's because it's very simple. The SoC, you need to know what SoC is on your phone. Now, I believe the people at Konami, either they are not tech savvy about smartphones, or they, what's the word to use now? They are trying to break down the specs in a way that the average Joe would understand, because these are like kind of like parameters that smartphone companies put out, which in my opinion is to deceive the public. Yes, as far as I'm concerned, is to deceive the public. But that's what a lot of people know, because if somebody asks, for example, now and says, oh, that phone, how many gig RAM is there? Oh, what's the clock speed? Oh, what's the size of the, like, those are the kind of like random things that normal people who are not very enlightened about tech talk about. So maybe that's the terms that Konami are trying to describe. But if you check their system requirements, underneath it they wrote that even if your phone does meet these so-called minimum requirements, it may not run. So they put that disclaimer there, which a lot of people are ignoring or are overlooking or have not seen. So let's get back to the question now. Why is it that eFootball runs on some phones and it doesn't on others, despite the minimum requirements and all that? It's very simple. SoC. Now, an SoC comprises of several parts, but when it comes to gaming, the two most important parts of the SoC are the CPUs and the GPUs. Those are the two most important parts of the SoC. Now, with eFootball being a very big game, both in terms of data, in terms of graphics, in terms of everything, it's going to require like a CPU that has a very large bandwidth to be able to accommodate and process such data. This is where CPU types come in, because I've seen people with phones that have A7 CPUs, A9 CPUs, and Cortex A53 CPUs, saying my phone meets the requirements. No bro, your phones, they do not meet such requirements. Now, as I've said, I've made a video about what are SoCs. I don't know, you may find it somewhere up there. and I talked about like the different types of CPUs that you can find inside an SoC. And I said that for the old V7 generation, you have A7 and A9. There are other ones, but these are like the two most prominent ones that are probably still in use till today. And then for the V8 series, you've got A53, A55, A72, 73, 75, 76, 78, Cortex X1, and for V9 you've got A510, A710, Cortex X2. Now, if you are using an A7, if you're using a phone that has an SoC that is built with an A7, an A9, or an A53 CPUs, A7 and A9, absolute no. A53 is going to be a lottery. It's going to be a serious lottery, because for most phones using SoCs or processors that have Cortex A53 CPUs inside, embedded in it, that runs at speeds of less than 2.0 gigahertz, that would be an absolute no. No. But you can probably see processors like the Helio P22, for example. I think the Helio P22 runs at 2.0 gigahertz, and there have been reports that some phones with it run the game, others do not run the game. But to wrap up this whole thing, it is the CPUs on your phone, the CPUs and the GPUs, that are preventing you from accessing this game. That's what it is. The CPUs and the GPUs, those two parts of your processor on your phone, are what's keeping you from playing this game. If you use an A7 or an A9 or an A53, probably no, this game is not for you. Even if your phone runs it now, the next update, the support for it could be gone. But anything above A53, like A72, A73, A75, and so on and so forth, yes, you would run the game. Absolutely run the game. So it's the CPUs on your SoC as well as the GPUs that are keeping you from playing this game. That's all there is. There is no magic to it. And okay, another question that I want to field right now is, people have also asked that how do I know which processor and which CPU? Because all these things, I've never heard them before. It's very easy. Go to gsmarena.com. There is a search bar on their website. If you don't want to use that, you can simply just go to Google, type in the name of your phone. Some of us do not know the name of our phones, and it's quite sad, really. Go to Google, type in the name of your phone. Say, for example, Tecno Povo 3 Pro, for example, right? Tecno Povo 3 Pro, and then put GSM Arena in front, or put Chemoview in front, and then or Nano Review in front, and then hit the search button. The website is going to pop up. You see the search hits pop up. All you have to do is simply tap on your on the top hit there, the one with the first one. Tap on that one, and when you tap on it, just scroll down to platform. Or scroll down. Some people call it platform. GSM Arena calls it platform. Nano Review and Chemoview, they just put it there, SoC or processor. So you can then be able to see the type of processor on your phone and the CPUs that are in there. So for the most part, anything less than a Cortex A53, less than 2.0 gigahertz, no, it's not working. It is not working. Any A53 above 2.0, yes, that would definitely work. Like I think the Helio G35 has 2.3 also, and that works. 70 Cortex 72, 73, 75, 77, 78, I miss 76, they would all work. So GPUs are also important, but I think it's the CPUs that's the problem. Quad core, any phones with quad core SoCs, that's 4 CPU cores, no. Even phones with 8 CPU cores, 8 A53 CPU cores are not playing it, and you've got a quad core, forget it. It's not going to work. So that's that. Moving on in future, I have a list of top 100 smartphone processors that I have arranged with key graders or key markers from benchmark companies like Antutu, Geekbench, and other big blogs like that. You can go there and see how how processors are arranged in terms of pure performance, and that should help you grade. If you want to play games with your phone, anything below 110 on that list, no, you're even if it does work, and that's a probability, you're not going to be doing yourself a lot of good, because there's always going to be the next update and next update and next update. What happens in the next update and then like your phone doesn't support it anymore? Go and get a higher phone. Be more practical with your phone choices. Be more deliberate with your phone choices, and learn what processors are, what they do, and all that. I've got tons of topics on my website, so you can go check that out. You should go check those out. Well, my name is Jeffrey, and I am signing out on this one. Cheers and bye bye.